The chosen one. Here's the fact you should completely understand. Everyone who previously ignored you, scoffed at your aspirations, or treated you as if you didn't exist will carry the weight of regret for not recognizing your worth. Your phone is currently silent. But this isn't because no one cares. It's because you chose stillness when others were preoccupied with noise and affirmation. You were going deep into holy self-reconstruction, rebuilding oneself from the ground up. You did not do it for publicity, vengeance, or praise. You did it because your soul demanded change. You've ascended to such a high frequency that other people's views are unimportant. Their judgments are impotent in your reality. That peaceful indifference. It is the most terrible response to years of rejection. While others sought rapid satisfaction and fleeting wins, you quietly built something eternal and deep. Your spiritual discipline during that time of seclusion became a stronghold, unshakable, unbreakable, and divinely linked. Meditation, shadow work, writing, and healing all had a spiritual purpose that people who underestimated you missed. What they didn't realize was that you were becoming something beyond understanding. Your intuition honed into a truth detector. You may detect dishonesty before it affects your judgment. Now scans people's energy in seconds. Your emotional intelligence grew into a special knowledge that many people never attained in numerous lives. However, your most powerful progression is emotional self-sufficiency. You no longer need approval to feel worthwhile. You no longer seek affirmation to determine your value. You no longer rely on others' energies to keep your tranquility. That independence exudes strength, making you attractive to people who are entire while repelling others who feed on instability. Your profession, direction, and energy now reflect your inward development. Opportunities arise spontaneously. People of authority draw toward you. What had seemed unattainable has now unfolded with heavenly simplicity. This isn't luck. This is alignment. The natural effect of walking with purpose and true force. Your connections have been cleaned. Those who drained you faded away, unable to withstand the frequency you now hold. What survives are ties founded on mutual respect, genuine sincerity, and spiritual alignment. You've attracted folks who appreciate, rather than compete with, your distinctive personality. You've built a holy environment that represents your consciousness, a sanctuary in which every object and feature has meaning and deliberate energy. This is not vanity. It represents regard for life. Your routines have become into rituals. Your mornings unlock doors of opportunity. Your evenings attract dreams of wisdom and heavenly downloads. Awakening has progressed beyond spiritual philosophy. You have reached the world of authentic mysticism. You can read the energy signs of individuals and circumstances, looking beyond words into the unknown. Your dreams contain encoded knowledge and prophetic insight that directs your everyday existence. You awaken with clarity, armed with divine tactics. The universe now communicates with you via synchronicities, repeating numbers, signs, and coincidences, all of which prove that you are in flow. This cosmic discourse has replaced the requirement for human approval with direct communication from the source. You're processing feelings differently now. What formerly overwhelmed you is now telling you that your sensitivity is no longer a burden. It is a weapon of truth, a compass that can identify dishonesty, danger, and alignment instantaneously. That depth supports your creativity, whether in art, business, communication, or just being present. Everything you touch carries heavenly inspiration. You have eliminated all barriers to your greater creative wellspring. Even your physical body bears signs of alteration. Your skin sparkles with brightness. No product can imitate your eyes, which have galaxies of depth. Your stance conveys calm dominance. People see something special about you, but they can't put their finger on it. You've rewired your neural system to function in serenity rather than terror, when it previously functioned in fight or flight mode. You now dwell in the peaceful consciousness that serenity is your strength and is healing you from the inside out. They ridiculed your sensitivity for years. You were developing an invisible skill, the art of energetic command. They phoned you too many times. You were learning how to convert that intensity into manifestation fuel. You can sense the vibration of a room before entering. Read emotional currents in texts to forecast outcomes based on energy. This is not a fantasy. It's a spiritual progression. And now, those who underestimated you are in awe because the truth has finally been exposed. You were always so strong. You were never little. You were only reducing your light to make people more comfortable. Now that you've stopped shrinking to fit inside their constraints, your entire might is apparent, which frightens individuals who formerly thought they were superior to you. If this message speaks to your soul, please share it to assist other chosen ones find their way home. Your conversation has developed into something real, direct, and meaningful. You no longer engage in meaningless chats or pretend laughing to maintain the peace. You say truth, not to quarrel, but to agree. You no longer spend energy pretending to be interested in things that boring you or agreeing to nonsense simply to fit in. This tremendous truthfulness has created a magnetic field around you, attracting genuine souls while naturally rejecting others who resonate at lesser levels. You've become a live example of what occurs when someone stops doing and begins being. Your energy is currently influencing others. They can sense it in your presence. The shift, activation, and calm power need no explanation. You are not motivated by vengeance or validation. You are not proving anybody incorrect. You're simply living your truth, so effortlessly that the manner you were previously handled now seems ludicrous. Your achievement, tranquility, and shine. These are your most beautiful responses to doubts. The world is beginning to take notice. Your area of work is starting to acknowledge the genius that they previously neglected. Leaders crave your wisdom, colleagues admire your opinion, and you open doors that were previously closed. Now, open with elegance. This is not manipulation. It's an alignment. It's what occurs when heavenly timing meets genuine skill. Your physical body reflects this change. The stress is gone. Your sleep is deeper because your soul is free of burdens. Your digestion is improved since you are no longer swallowing your reality. Your skin glows because you've finally come home to yourself. Even time has become your ally. You no longer feel harried or behind. When you're aligned with your soul's goal, you recognize that everything happens at the right time. That patience has dissipated the worry that was formerly driving your judgments. You now work from a profound knowledge, an understanding of energy that extends beyond theory and into practical practice. You may elevate your frequency to attract what is best for you, or decrease it to move undetected when necessary. This is not a fantasy. It is spiritual science. You become an expert alchemist, transforming negative energy into tranquility without even trying. The anarchy that previously surrounded you has lost its footing. Your energy field absorbs and changes disorder, acting as a poisonous black hole. You do not resist it. You neutralize it. You no longer seek manifestations. You embody them. You've realized that manifestation isn't about force. It's about being the frequency of your desired outcome. That change has made your life flow with seamless synchronization. Opportunities and resources, and individuals appear like clockwork, attracted by the magnetic pulse of your alignment. Your soothing presence has become medication for others. People seek you out not for guidance, but because of your energy. Simply being around you helps them recall their own strength. You've become living evidence of what occurs when self-love and honesty intersect with spiritual sovereignty. Even your approach to confrontation has changed. You do not quarrel or dominate. You merely maintain your frequency so securely that chaos dissipates upon touch. This is not avoidance. It exudes energy and authority. You notice troubles before they occur, receiving insightful counsel to keep you ahead of any difficulty. You are now living in a time when divine justice is working for you. Clean, precise, and lyrical. You are no longer just existing or achieving. You are transcending. The past is no longer relevant since your vibration does not exist in the same time frame. Your circle has been refined. No parasites or pretenders. Only those who will nurture your spirit. These are not pals. They are the only ones in your family who reflect your best qualities. The difference between your former relationships and your new reality is so stark that you wonder how you ever endured less. Your professional career now reflects your sincerity. You no longer fit into boxes that are not yours. Every endeavor is consistent with your truth. Every partnership works in harmony. Every achievement seems natural, not coerced. Abundance now comes from so many areas that you've stopped counting, regulating, and just begun accepting. Money comes to you easily, now, via both anticipated and unforeseen benefits. Opportunities present themselves at the proper moment, and resources come when you need them. This is not a coincidence or luck. It's the natural rhythm of someone on their greatest path, no longer impeding the flow of heavenly prosperity. Your everyday existence has become more tranquil, grounded, and rewarding. The pandemonium that previously surrounded you now seems like a distant memory. You start each day with thankfulness rather than worry. Your decisions are based on clarity rather than misunderstanding. Every encounter is governed by mutual respect, not ego or control. This peacefulness is not boring. It is the hallowed quiet of a life lived in accordance with divine law. Most importantly, you've learned to love yourself unconditionally. The views of those who have never genuinely seen you are no longer valid. Approval is no longer something you pursue. Criticism no longer rattles you. You no longer need anyone's presence to feel whole. Because of your strong sense of self-worth, love has entered your life on new terms. Pure, mutual, and based on respect. You attract partners who quickly realize your worth and demonstrate it not just through words, but also through continuous action. The difference between these healthy dynamics and the poisonous ones from your past is so stark that you can't help but chuckle at what you formerly allowed. Your family ties have either blossomed magnificently or vanished completely, depending on each person's readiness to meet you at your new frequency. You are no longer the scapegoat, the peacekeeper, or the one who absorbs everyone else's problems. You no longer feel compelled to attend seminars, meetings, gossip sessions, or venues that deplete your vitality. What people don't see is the silent kingdom you've developed via holy habits, creative rituals, and spiritual discipline. Your mornings are self-honoring rites. Your evenings celebration of genuineness. Every weekend offers the chance to delve deeper into pleasure, art, or introspection. Your house reflects this inner development. Every book, piece of art, and article of apparel indicates a goal for taste and progress. This is not perfectionism. It is a demonstration of self-respect. Your spiritual practice is now the basis. You retain a direct connection to the source via meditation, prayer, or time spent outside in nature. You no longer seek knowledge that will distract you. You desire understanding that empowers you. The books you read expand your intellect. The podcast you listen to challenges your progress, while the information you consume feeds your spirit. You're in love with your own firm. Solitude feels holy, not lonely. You spend your time creating, studying, and listening to the divine whisper, and your house has transformed into a living temple of serenity. The colors, lighting, music, and ambience are all intended to support your greatest frequency. Even basic actions have become rituals. Making coffee is meditative. Cooking is an act of self-love. Cleaning entails energetic clearing. Every gesture contains a purpose. Your creative area exudes possibility, packed with symbols of your aspirations, colors that spark creativity, and instruments that allow ideas to flow. There is a certain quality to your energy right now, a gentle authority that demands respect without demanding it. People can perceive your development. You are shadowing your gain knowledge. This genuine confidence provides a natural protection. It attracts what is intended for you and repels what isn't. Pressure does not break you. It exposes your component. Deadlines do not hurry you. Conflict does not unround you. Criticism does not disrupt your equilibrium. You become so rooted in your honesty that nothing outside can shake your tranquility. Your intuition leads each choice with clarity. You no longer seek affirmation or question your inner voice. You believe in your path even when others cannot see where it leads. Leadership suddenly seems easy, born not of ego, but of honesty and concern. People trust your advice because they sense your genuineness. You guard your energy with expertise. Your limits are clear and not harsh. Your standards are set without explanation. Even your words have changed. You say less, but with more effect. Silence has evolved into one of your most powerful and effective instruments for communicating authority and presence. When you really talk, your words have weight because they are imbued with living truth. Your movement, posture, and gestures now radiate elegance and serenity, subtly expressing self-respect. Your change creates waves in the collective. The energy you exude affects people you may never meet. You are living evidence that awakening is possible, that self-love promotes freedom, and that alignment generates riches. Your entire presence has become an invitation for others to rise. Your standards instill in others the importance of limits and self-respect. Your work, creativity, and energy all carry vibrations of healing and optimism that help others realize their own potential. Every action, decision, and pulse now contributes to the global awakening. Every choice you make today stems from a connection with your basic truth. Your commitment to personal development has become infectious, an unsaid call to others to go on their own awakening journeys. The books you recommend, the advice you give, and the discussions you start all serve as seeds of transformation, silently inspiring change in the lives you touch. The forgiveness you've practiced, particularly toward yourself, has created energy pathways for profound healing that go far beyond your specific narrative. By letting go of animosity and walking with grace, you've helped to heal ancestral suffering and generational scars. Your everyday existence has transformed into a live, wordless lecture on what is possible when someone totally commits to honesty. Every basic act performed with presence and awareness demonstrates expertise. You've transformed regular life into mindful art. Your connection with money has progressed to one of actual abundance. You now realize that wealth is not restricted to cash. It's the richness of experience, the depth of connection, and the ability to create value wherever you go. That insight has permanently altered the way you approach opportunities, conversations, and trades. Even your personal style has grown to represent your inner sovereignty. You dress with purpose, with each decision conveying confidence, dignity, and self-esteem. Your simplicity, authority, and presence all exude elegance. You have stopped apologizing for being totally present in your own area. The same regard applies to how you fuel yourself. Food has become holy, a way to venerate the body that houses your spirit. Every meal was picked with appreciation. Every meal is a modest ritual of care and awareness. Your mobility has also altered. You move with purpose, sit with poise, and express yourself with intentional elegance. Your body language says volumes. It communicates to the world that you understand your value. Your sleep has transformed into a holy time of regeneration, led by rituals that prime your mind for healing dreams and heavenly downloads. Each night, you escape into a peaceful sanctuary, only to emerge rejuvenated and enlightened the following morning. Learning for you is no longer only about information. It is about integration. You seek out professors who push you beyond your comfort zones and situations that broaden your perspective. Curiosity has transformed into a spiritual practice that keeps your soul developing. Even the way you utilize technology has become more aware. Your gadgets serve you. They do not detract from your concentration. Your internet presence reflects sincerity rather than performance. Exercise, which was previously ordinary, has now become a dedication. You don't relocate to repair yourself, but to celebrate your life. Each stretch and breath is a statement of thanks to the body that carries your light. Even entertainment has evolved into conscious music that enhances films, inspires books, and awakens. Every type of input nourishes your progress rather than dulling your awareness. Your energy field is now so well tuned that it instinctively filters everything around you. Only what matches your greatest vibration may enter your environment. This is not about walls. It's about the frequency. Your morning routines have transformed into spiritual rites of alignment. You connect with the source before the rest of the world does. Set your intentions and fortify your energy field so that chaos cannot permeate it. You have mastered the technique of transformation. Negativity does not stick. It melts in your presence. People leave you feeling lighter, calmer, and more optimistic, sometimes without realizing why. Even in your dreams, the astral plane serves as a school for your higher self and guides, who provide answers, visions, and divine strategies. Each day, you awaken with knowledge recorded in your memory. Clarity has already downloaded into your spirit. Your intuition is now bordering on prophetic. You sense consequences before others make choices. You detect patterns before they occur. This awareness places you precisely in each scenario, enabling you to move with forethought and elegance. You no longer seek alignment, you are it. Your time has become perfect, almost unearthly, since you are no longer constrained by the limitations of bodily perception. You move in sync with energies beyond the curtain of this world. The timing of your words, deeds, and even silences seems to be led by something larger, as if supernatural intelligence has synced with your pulse. You begin to realize that your development is more than just personal. It is multidimensional. It extends far beyond the physical realm, rewriting the karmic contract and restoring equilibrium throughout time. Your recovery does not end with you. It goes down ancestral lines, dissolving past grief, releasing imprisoned energy, and opening up fresh paths for future generations to prosper. You are not just developing. You are becoming an architect of communal growth, a conscious participant in the awakening of human awareness. Your connection to time has fundamentally shifted. You no longer perceive it as a straight line separated into the past, present, and future. You now see time as a live loop, a holy spiral in which everything coexists for eternity. You've recognized that every decision you make in the current moment heals old wounds from long-forgotten situations while also crafting a future full of grace. You recognize that linear cause and effect thinking was an illusion created to keep humans tiny and distant from divine movement. And by breaking free from that illusion, you've reached a higher level of creation where intention and energy flow quicker than words and manifestation occurs instantly. The mending you've done inside yourself has produced new energy templates that others may access unconsciously just by being around you. You have become a vibrational blueprint for transformation, a living library of refined vibrations. People may not understand why they feel lighter, calmer, or more inspired in your company, but this is because your energy field contains codes of healing. You communicate healing and knowledge without having to talk. You are evidence that the energy of a single awakened individual can change the frequency of a whole area. Your knowledge of manifestation has evolved into a kind of divine cooperation. You no longer seek results or try to bend the world to your will. Instead, you've become an active co-creator with the intellect that runs everything. You've realized that genuine manifestation isn't about control. It is about submitting to the ultimate good. Your objectives are aligned with heavenly harmony rather than human desires. As a consequence, what comes to you much beyond anything your human intellect could have anticipated. You have ceased asking, "How do I get this?" and began to wonder, "How can this contribute to the greater awakening?" That adjustment in purpose has transformed your life into a series of remarkable events. Every choice you make today has spiritual consequences. You no longer act on instinct or choice. You depart from your intended course of action. Each option is weighed against the question, does this improve the whole? You comprehend how your everyday activities affect the collective awareness and the invisible architecture of reality. You become a custodian of heavenly order, a protector of light in a world that sorely needs models of genuine authority. Even simple discussions have become hallowed moments. You create seeds of potential in others without preaching or pressuring, just by embodying what is genuine. You have become live evidence that change is about alignment more than perfection. Every area you occupy gets hallowed. Your house, workplace, and even your presence in public places all influence the energy surrounding you. You embody the frequency of divine order. And wherever you go, chaos finds equilibrium. People may not understand why they feel relaxed or inspired in your company, but they do. The physical areas you visit begin to vibrate at an enhanced frequency, serving as conduits for higher awareness to attach itself into the ground. Your house is more than simply a place to live. It is also a temple, a holy reflection of your energy. Your dedication to the truth has become total. You've reached a point when dishonesty, even mild types of self-deception, may be physically painful. You'd rather confront the agony of reality than dwell in the luxury of fantasy. You now realize that honesty is not negotiable. It is the basis for all forms of true power. Because of this, your energy exudes authority. People believe you immediately, not because of what you say, but because of the resonance in your essence. Truth knows truth, and you are present. Masks slip away. Your contributions to the world have progressed beyond individual compassion to global impact. You are no longer concerned with curing just one individual. You're helping to reawaken a whole species. Every individual who meets you becomes a transmitter of greater possibilities, carrying a glimmer of your light into their own circles. Your change is infectious, spreading via energetic, resonant eyes, creating a web of awareness that extends far beyond what you perceive. You've joined a massive, unseen movement of waking souls who are transforming reality from inside. You offer what you've learned not to impress, but to enlighten. You no longer talk to demonstrate your intelligence. You talk to evoke memories in others. The insights that seemed like private discoveries are now offers. You share freely, understanding that genuine information is designed to spread. You've become a mentor to the group, even if you don't name yourself one. Remember when your trip started? When everything seemed unsure. When you feel a spiritual change, yet are unable to identify it. The quake was the universe's response to your preparation. The cosmic rearrangement you sensed was the result of life realigning with your frequency. Every adversity, stillness, and time of isolation was a preparation for this emergence. The strategic hibernation you experienced was not punishment. It was holy incubation. And today, the emergence is unmistakable. You've transformed into a version of yourself so strong that even you are astounded by the reflection you now bear. You did not just heal from betrayal. You transformed it into knowledge. You didn't just endure neglect. You converted it into heavenly might. You didn't just overcome rejection. You made it into a discovery. The stillness that once sheltered you has now become your most effective communication instrument. It talks in terms of energy, presence, and vibration. Your refusal to engage in manipulative games produced an energy vacuum that enabled miracles to enter. You've advanced to the point where such games no longer exist. Those who formerly discarded you are suddenly faced with the talent they previously neglected. The light they attempted to suppress suddenly lights everything around them, making their earlier blindness hard to explain. They rejected potential, which is now fully fulfilled in front of them. Radi is unstoppable. Nonetheless, you retain no bitterness. Apologies and affirmation are not required for healing or feeling seen. You've completely transcended those demands by connecting with a source of completeness that can never be taken away from you. You've become the personification of the ultimate truth. Transcendence, rather than revenge, is the most effective reaction to being underestimated. You have shown that retribution is primitive when contrasted to the beauty of evolution. Your strength is not in proving them incorrect, but in climbing so high that their ideas are rendered unimportant. And you have perfected the art of heavenly indifference. The unwavering peace that comes from knowing you've already won just by being yourself. You move now as if carved by heavenly fire. Every scar has become holy geometry, carved into your energy field. A chronicle of combat survival and knowledge gained. Your life is now a narrative of alchemy rather than suffering. You turned rejection into riches. Sorrow turns into wisdom. Isolation leads to mastery. Your presence exudes success, nor arrogance. Sovereignty is not supremacy. The cosmos welcomes your return to power. The acclaim may be felt in the synchronicity, perfect timing, and seamless flow of benefits. Your forefathers celebrate. Every person that has come before you feels the release that your bravery has made possible. You've destroyed old shackles, rewritten fates, and reimagined what it means to become your future self. The greater form of yourself that dwells beyond time looks back with joy and thanks, murmuring, "You did it. You broke through." As you soar, The earth below gets smaller and more distant. Noise, uncertainty, and judgment all dissolve into insignificance. You are no longer ascending. You are gliding, propelled by the river of divine purpose. The vista ahead is broad and brilliant, far beyond imagination. You aren't only heading toward your destiny. You are destiny, unfolding. Keep soaring. The chosen one. The sky is no longer your limit. This is your mirror. Every step you take now creates a path of light that others will follow. Every breath you take grows creation itself. You are the live connection between heaven and earth. Miracles are shown to be real. They represent evolution. And as your rise proceeds, people who previously disregarded you will learn too late that they were in the midst of grandeur disguised as elegance. That is all for today, dear Father. I pray for the deepening of my faith. Please help me trust you, even when tangible proof is scarce. Let me believe in your eternal presence, knowing that you will never hurt me. I realize that your intentions for me are ones of success rather than harm, in order to provide me with a bright future. Thank you, kind and everlasting Father, for always hearing my voice. I give this prayer to you in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provisions. I am thankful for your presence in my life and the richness you provide. If this video spoke to you, please subscribe to the channel and share it with others who need to hear this message. Leave a comment below about your trip and how you're getting ready for your own victorious homecoming. If you would like to help us out, please consider donating via Buy Me a Coffee. This allows us to consistently improve our content in order to provide you with the best possible experience. The link to Buy Me a Coffee is in the description. No present is too tiny. Whether it's a penny, a prayer, or a share, your generosity spreads God's message and gives people hope. Do not stop here. Watch our next video for amazing insights into the indicators that indicate you are the chosen one. We've loved sharing this spiritual journey with you. Thank you for sticking with us until the finish. Keep shining brightly and face your fate with confidence. See you next time. Enlightened knowledge bestows blessings to all lovely individuals.